Okay, our story today is very special. It's about Chinese words, and words in Chinese are called characters. So today's story is about 36 Chinese characters, and one thing that these characters have in common is that they all came from drawings. So that's why today's story is special. If you like drawing or doodling, you'll like the story. If you like playing Pictionary or guessing what the picture looks like, you'll like this story. If you like watching a video or animation, then you will like this story. And if you like learning about Chinese or Chinese words in general, then you'll definitely like today's story. So without further ado, let's begin. And this is a video from the Shanghai Arts Film Factory, 36 words. And it's about a father teaching his son words. So here are 3 Chinese words on the page. So can anyone guess? Yes. What this word is in the middle, right there. Yes. That's a yes. Yes. That is a mountain. Yes. So you can tell this from the 3 peaks of the mountain, and over time, over about 1,000 years, give or take another 500 years, that's the word for mountain that we're using to this day, and it's pronounced shan. Repeat after me. Shan. Shan. Yes. Yeah, you can see that. And how this came about was about 3,000 years ago, people wanted to express the idea of a mountain. So they drew a picture of a mountain on a hard surface, like they carved it on animal shells or bones. So this is the picture of a mountain. And over a couple hundred years later, people drew this on bronze containers. So this is what the mountain looks like. Like it was simplified because it's simpler to draw 3 like that. And now that is the formal form of the word for mountain that we're using to this day. And so this is how we're going to learn all 36 of these words, because they all came from drawings and they all have this story behind them. So there's a second word in this picture. What is that in the sky? What's that? What's this?
Sun.
Yes, this is the sun. Yes, so this is a round sun. That line represents flame. So over time, this is the picture of a sun, and for that dot in the middle, some people say it's because ancient Chinese people had really good eyesight. So they saw sunspots in the sky. And for those of you who know astronomy, a sunspot is a cooler region in the sun. And over time, yeah, that is the word for sun that we're using to this day. And for that line, you can, if it helps you remember, it's like the sun wearing sunglasses. So this is the word for sun, and it's pronounced zhi. Repeat after me. Zhi. Zhi. Yes, that's the sun. One last, what's that pool of? That's a pool of?
Water.
Yes, that's a pool of water. So this is the 3rd word. This is the word for water, and this is a painting of water. So this is a flowy, curvy shape of water, and those are 4 splatters of water, splashes of water. And over time, you can still see that flowy shape, except it's now straightened, so it's simplified, and there's 4 splatters of water over there. So this is the word for water, and it's pronounced shui. Repeat after me. Shui. Shui. Yes. J. Shui. Yes, it's moving. Okay. So now here's another word. Okay. What does this look like? You want to guess? Yes, that is the word for, actually this is the word for wood in Chinese. So you can see that these are the top branches and these are the bottom roots. And over time the top branches got straightened out and the roots got moved up. So now this is the word for wood in Chinese, and it's pronounced mu. Repeat after me, mu. Okay, yes. And now you know mu. This word is easier because this is just 2 mu side by side. And can anyone guess what that means?
Wood.
Wood. Like it's plural, so it's woods. It's not quite a forest yet because there's not enough trees for that. If you want a forest, you need to add another mu on top of those 2. So it looks like a pyramid shape. and that is a word for forest. But this is just smaller. This is woods, and it's pronounced lean. Lean, yes. So that's mu, and that's lean.
Oh, 我懂了，很多很多树木在一起就是森林。
对对。
Lots of mu together is lean.
你再看。
Oh, what's that flying in the sky?
小鸟。
Can anyone guess?
鸟。
Meow. Yes, that is a bird. So this is how a bird came about. That's the head, that's the body, that's the tail, and those are the claws. Over time, the head got sort of turned up. So now that line on the top, you can think of it as a beak or a head plumage. That's the head, and that's the tail with the claws on the bottom. And this is the word for a bird, and it's pronounced meow. Meow. Yes. And meow is flying through the leaf. Oh, what's this animal? Can anyone guess?
It's an elephant.
It's an elephant. Yes, this is an elephant. So this is the head of the elephant. That's the signature long nose. Xiang. Yes, this is a xiang. That's the ears, and over time, the head got turned sideways, so now these are the two big ears, and the round body and the four legs and the tail are still here. And on the top, there's still that long trunk. So this is a word for elephant, and it's pronounced xiang. Xiang. Xiang.
象。
哎，你是怎么认出来的呢？
How can you tell this is xiang?
一个长鼻子，四条腿。
对了，咱们的祖先啊，就是这样创造了象形文字。这像什么？
Hey, what does this look like?
草，我来写。
What's this? This is
Grass.
grass. Yes, this is grass. So how the word for grass came about was this is just one single stalk of grass. And over time, maybe someone thought that grass isn't just one stalk. If you know grass, it pops up all over the place. So they drew out 4 stalks of grass. In the middle, that's the sun, right? Because the sun is needed to support the grass. So at the very end, that's the word for grass that we're using today. And you can still see the little stalks of grass on the top. And the word for grass is pronounced chao. Repeat after me, chao. Chao. Yes. Chao.
好了，来，这个像
Oh, yes. This is a word for agricultural land or field where farmers plant their crops in. So these are the rows of the fields. And over time, it still looks pretty much the same. And so this is a word for agricultural field or land, and it's pronounced tian. Tian. Yes.
不像农民伯伯种的田呢。
Tian.
真像啊！
Oh, and this is a kind of plant. Can anyone guess what this is? Here's a hint. Pandas really like to eat this kind of plant. It's. Oh yes, almost. That's koalas, but pandas. Yes, pandas like to eat bamboo. Yes, this is bamboo. So the drawing for bamboo came from the tip with lots of leaves. And over time, the stalks were removed. So now this is a word for bamboo that we're using to this day. And it's pronounced zhu. Zhu. Yes, this is zhu.
竹子的竹。
Zhu. Yes.
哦，
Zhu. This
这
is.
是
Can anyone guess what animal this is?
It's a horse.
Yes, this is a horse. So this is how the word for horse came about. Most importantly, a horse has a mane on the back of his neck. So over time, that's still there. You can see the neck and the mane flying out behind it. Those are the 4 legs on the bottom, and that's the tail. So this is a word for horse, and it's pronounced ma. Repeat after me, ma. Ma. Yes.
马，
Oh, and horse needs a rider, and the rider happens to be an adult male. So, yes, fu is the roughly translates to adult male or a man. And you can see that this looks like a stick figure, doesn't it? But that line in the middle, that's because of an ancient Chinese tradition, coming of age ceremony for guys who turn 20 years old. So they can pull their hair into a bun and put a hairpin through it, and that symbolizes that they're now come of age and they're adults. So over time, that hairpin is still there on the stick figure. And this is the word for man or husband or a title of respect, such as Confucius. Confucius is actually made up of 3 Chinese words. It's Kong, Fu, Zi. And the Fu in the middle is this word right here. It's a title of respect. So this is the word.
孩子，我们用象形字来编个故事好吗？
Let's make a story out of these words. Okay, passing Zhu. And now the horse is leaping over the Tian. Yes. Okay, pass Li. Oh, wait, Fu fell off. Okay, that's Xiao Miao.
没事。
Okay, no problem. Okay. Now Fu wants to cross the water.
他想过河，
Yeah.
是啊，
But he
可是
doesn't
没有船。
a boat.
那怎么办呢？
So he sees wood. What can he do with it? What's this? What is he going to use to cut down the wood? He needs not quite an axe. This is a more generic term. This is the word for knife in Chinese. So you can see the handle, that's the blade. And over time, the handle is still there, and that's still the blade. And this is a Chinese word for knife, or a cutting tool. And it's pronounced dao.
Dao.
Dao. Yes, this is dao. So Fu is using dao to cut down the mu. Woo! Chop, 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 chop.
船，
Oh, so now he has a boat, right? This is the word for boat or canoe in Chinese. And you can see this from the compartments of the boat. And over time, the compartments are still there as the dots. And that line on the top is just the mastship of the boat. And that line in the middle, you can think of it as like rowing oars for the boat, if it helps you remember. And so the Chinese word for boat is pronounced zhou.
Zhou.
Zhou, yes.
念舟，古时候船叫舟。
Oh, and this is the. Can anyone guess? Does anyone recognize this?
Elephant.
Yes, it's the elephant. So now it looks like Fu is about to embark on his journey. Now we're going to start singing, yes, about the elephant. Because how did you recognize the elephant? He has a long nose, right? So now we're going to sing a song about an elephant. So let's learn the words. So now we're going to talk to the elephant. So the elephant is xiang. But when we say elephant, we add an adjective in front of it. We say 大象, which means big elephant. 大 means big. So when we call an elephant, we call him 大象. 大象. Yes, 大象. Yes. And we're going to talk to the elephant. So we say, your nose is very long. We're going to say 你的. Oh, 你 means you, and 的 means apostrophe s. So it means something that belongs to you. So 你的 is your. 你的. Yes, 你的. Yes. Okay. 鼻子 means nose. 鼻子. Yes. 你的鼻子 means your nose. Yes, 你的鼻子. And we're going to say, how come your nose is so long? So the words are 怎么那么长? 怎么 is how or how come. 那么 is so, and 长 means long. So 怎么那么长 means how come it's so long. And together with 你的鼻子, which means your nose, that second line means how come your nose is so long. So let's try that. 你的鼻子怎么那么长? 你的鼻子怎么那么长? Yes. And then the last line of this song is Mama. Mama means mom. Mama. Mama, yes. 说 is say. So 妈妈说 means mama says. 妈妈说
妈妈说
yes. 鼻子长 long noses. 才是漂亮 is a little bit tricky. 才是漂亮是 means is. 才 is roughly translates to only. And 漂亮 means pretty. So 才是漂亮 is means only something is pretty. And we're talking about long noses here. So 鼻子长才是漂亮 means only long noses are pretty. So the second line means Mama says only long noses are pretty. So that's 妈妈说
妈妈说
鼻子长
鼻子长
才是漂亮。
才是漂亮。
Okay, so let's try that again with moves this time. So, can anyone do this? Gotcha. This is an elephant. Yeah. This is an elephant. So it's long nose. So, 大象
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 你的
你的
鼻子
鼻子
怎么
怎么
那么长？
那么长？
妈妈说
妈妈说
鼻子长
鼻子长
才是漂亮。
才是漂亮。
Yes, let's try that again. 大象
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 你的鼻子怎么那么长？妈妈说鼻子长才是漂亮。Yes. Okay, so now we have music and we can sing too. Yeah, we can start singing to music. And clap along, yeah.大象你的鼻子怎么那么长？妈妈说鼻子长才是漂亮。Yes. Again, 大象你的鼻子怎么那么长？妈妈说鼻子长才是漂亮。Okay, we can sing it now. 大象你的鼻子怎么那么长？妈妈说鼻子长才是漂亮。大象你的鼻子怎么那么长？妈妈说鼻子长才是漂亮。大象你的鼻子怎么那么长？妈妈说鼻子长才是漂亮。One last time. 大象你的鼻子怎么那么长？妈妈说鼻子长才是漂亮。Yay! So now everyone's learned a new song about elephants and their long noses. Okay, so now let's go back to the story.